All right, guys, how's it going? Now, last week when I was in Spain before I headed off out here to America, I put a video out saying that I thought that Paul Joyce would surface soon. I said it's long overdue, he's due to surface. I gave my reasons for why I thought that would be. I won't go over them again. If you're a regular to the channel, you already know what those reasons are. If you're new to the channel, just go back in the uploads and you'll see the one that talks about Paul Joyce from last week. And he has surfaced today with an article in the Times, which I'm going to just touch on very briefly. Xabi Alonso returns to Liverpool as celebrated hero, not a wanted man. Bayer Leverkusen manager whose side play at Anfield in Champions League on Tuesday was many fans' first choice to replace Jurgen Klopp, but Arne Slot's impressive start has changed all that. So this is obviously a pro-Slot article, maybe some people might say pro-suits, pro-executive, pro-Edwards, pro-Hughes for getting it right kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Which is not unusual from Paul Joyce, because Paul Joyce is like the most connected Liverpool FC journalist, right? He's the only one you need to pay attention to. Him and Ornstein, David Ornstein at the Athletic. Joyce is very close to Edwards, and Hughes now. Ornstein is more FSG, but he's also in the loop as well. But Paul Joyce is the one that you listen to. You don't need to listen to any other journalists other than those two. Fabrizio Romano occasionally, if it's to do with maybe transfers and depending on what agents are involved. But outside of that, you don't need to listen to any of what I call the LFC clique of journalists. You just really don't need to do that. And because Paul Joyce is born again, do you remember when Edwards came back? I said to you, he's born again, because we never heard from Joyce, did we? It's always been either Ornstein in first place and Joyce below him, or the other way around. It fluctuates depending on what the topics are at the club, right? But it was Ornstein had been up here for a while, then Edwards came back and Joyce was born again for obvious reasons. If it doesn't take much to work out why that would be. So if Joyce is the main man and he gets so much stuff, and that obviously it would be coming from certain individuals within the club, right? So it wouldn't make sense for that journalist to be critical of them in any way. There's no reason to be critical of them at the moment because they appointed Slot. Liverpool are top of the Premier League. Everything's fine and dandy. What I'm trying to say here to you is, for Joyce often writes gushing comments about the likes of Edwards and Hughes. I think when it can be an article this long and there'll be one line in there that you can really tell that he's looking out for his friends, if that makes sense. But there's nothing wrong with this article, right? There's nothing wrong with this article because it's factual, isn't it? Alonso returns to Liverpool as a celebrated hero, not a wanted man, But I'm not going to read the article. You might want to do that for yourself or whatever. But I think it's kind of like a reminder of Liverpool got it right kind of thing, I don't know. However, so the reason I'm making this video is because I said to you that I thought Joyce would surface, and he has. I don't know if it would be right for me to say, hey, look, Dunk knows best, DKB, I was right, because it's a big game and a journalist would have every right to write about that game. Like, it would be normal, wouldn't it? So it's not rocket science to think that Joyce or someone might write an article about a huge game involving Alonso coming back to Liverpool after everything that happened. So I'm not sure I can really claim this as being what I thought was going to come out, because it isn't. I thought Joyce would surface maybe with something to do with contracts or just something, maybe an article about anything, and then there might be something in that article that touches on another topic. Does that make? I don't know if that's how I'm explaining it. So Joyce surfaces, right? I think Joyce is going to surface, and most people think he's going to write this big exclusive about a contract breakthrough. No, it could be an article like this about Alonso or anything else to do with the club, but there might be one little sentence in there, in a paragraph somewhere, that's the bit that he's getting out. Do you know what I mean? And that's why you've got to read these articles right through. But as far as I'm aware, there isn't anything in this article that I could say, see what I mean, guys? So unfortunately, I don't think I can claim this one, all right? But what I can say to you is because he has surfaced now, that might now delay what I thought I might see. I'm not sure if I'm doing a very good job of explaining myself here. You're a journalist. You're paid by a publication, the Times, to bring stories and important exclusives where possible, and that makes you a valuable asset to the company. So if you're an employee, you want to make sure that you're keeping your bosses happy. So when he hasn't done anything for ages, right? So in a relationship where it's a working relationship where the club lean on him to maybe put things in his ear, and he gets it out there, that can help the club. If you're the journalist, at some point you're going to turn around and say, look, it's been a while, I need to put some out there, guys. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying to you, because we haven't really seen much of Joyce since he said about the impasse, the contracts impasse, right? So he has surfaced here and has contributed an article, but I still think that that's not enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you were his boss, you'd be like, yeah, right, you're right in the obvious here. Come on, give me something fucking more exciting. So maybe we will see something come from him. I'm probably not making a very good job of explaining what's going on in this video. Let me try again. I said last week, I think he will surface soon. He's due to surface. Go and watch that video. He has surfaced. Let's just focus on he has surfaced, but it's not anything really exciting. So we have heard from him. Does that reset the clock? And now we might have to wait a little bit longer. I'm not saying he's sitting on any news. That's not what I mean, right? What I mean is he's going to say he could say, if you think that Hughes and Edwards were leaking him information from time to time, he could say to them, come on, guys, I need something out there. You know what I mean? Like, what you got for me? So I still think that you should pay attention for Paul Joyce surfacing, but it might not just come as quickly as I thought now. I hope that makes sense. My people that are around this channel for a long time will completely understand what I'm saying. Newcomers may not. Okay, I'll leave that with you. If you appreciate this video, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. If you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, hit the super thanks button, the love heart of the video, and I'll give you a shout out in my next morning briefing. All right, guys, I'll speak to you in a bit. All right.